Hello, my wonderful, wandering wonders out there in Oz. How you all going? Good? I hope. Keep the faith and keep hope. That's all I can say. I hope everybody's well and ill. I told you the next tube I was going to do was on the topic of ice. And that's what this tube is for. And it's a bit of a black side of things, isn't it? So grey side, black side. How do you describe ice and what ice does to society and to people and to the environment and to people that are involved with people that are addicted to this drug? It's like, it's a villain, because it's become so widely used in society. People know it exists, but it's not talked about, is it? Not really. And I just think it's like now to the point where it's accepted in society when it shouldn't be. We all know it's quote quote illegal, but who really cares? That's how society looks at it now. It's a general use in society with people. And that's really sad, really, if you look at it on the whole. And people, I don't know whether they accept, I don't know whether that's the right word to be using, or accept, or don't have the ability or the strength, the ability to escape it. And it's not with just people that are on it, it's the people around them and who it affects, like the family, the brothers, the sisters, the mums, the dads, the kids, nanas, grandfathers, aunts, uncles, friends. It just goes on. The list is endless, really, who it doesn't affect. And that's the thing, isn't it? It's gut-wrenching because it just makes you so bloody mad to think there's so many people, especially young people, young women, and a lot of young women that are on it. And it's just gut-wrenching because when you know of people that have got their daughters or their sons, as I said, a lot of young women that have got a nice addiction in society. I don't know whether it's on a scale from men to women, I don't know. But I'm just saying, and when that person that is addicted and has thrown everything away, surrendered everything, sold their soul, they're demonic, they're demonised, they'll do anything to get it at any old time. And all their morals and everything just go out the window. And nothing else matters. And that's so gut-wrenching to see when a person ends up like that. and to hear stories and to know people when they talk about their stories and their situations, what they've been through, and what they go through and what they accept from that person. And it's really sad because there's so many people out there, not only the people that are addicted to this filthy, dirty, low-life drug that's man-made and is accepted in society, and I hope never legalised, but it is accepted in society widely. And people know about it, but hey, let's not talk about it. There's no use. And that's sad too, you know. Because when people are affected by it, everything's affected by it. And you wonder why society's gone like that. Cold, heartless society. People don't really care. And the government doesn't really care. We've turned a blind eye, you know, fight law and order and get all the baddies and get as much as you can off the streets. But when it comes down to it, it's still on the streets, and people are affected by it and die by it and get murdered by it. You know, it wrecks people, makes them into this demonic demon and in such a way that the person loses their whole entire who they are. But as you can see, you know, in life, and it's gut-wrenching. And with rehabilitation centres, you know, there's not a lot around, is there? I mean, you got your private rehabilitation centres, of course. If you got the mega bucks, that's great. Of course you can get in. But on the whole, society and people that are affected, whether they be young or in their 30s, 40s, can be older, and they've got an addiction, but especially the youth of Australia that are affected, they don't have really anything in place that they could surrender themselves and start a new life and give themselves purpose and get themselves clean. And there's no government-backed rehabilitation centres. There's nut houses, of course, you know. But what are you going to do? Lock the people up? They're not insane, they're sick. You know, it's a sickness. And sicknesses can be cured. But people have got to care. Governments have got to care. And that's, you know, heart-wrenching, because in Australia it's impacting a lot of the youth here in Oz, and a lot of the young girls are getting impacted and addicted by this drug, and there's no help. Most of them live on the street or end up in parks, you know, begging off derelict men, asking them to take them home, and walking around in tattered and torn clothes with blood all over them, and their faces all broken up, you know, black eyes and beat up, and you know, and they got sores, and you think nobody cares, you know. And out of that, you got those people that are addicted by that. They got their loved ones that may see them in the park, their brother or sister, and think, well, I'll take them home and I'll try and get them better, believing that within all their heart. That's what their intentions are. But to find when they do get them home from off the streets or begging in a park, to derelict men take me home because they're so crazed out of their brain, you know, and when their loved ones get them home or whatever else, they're off and running. They grab knives, they attack people, they smash things, they become this demonic person that can't be controlled. It's not that they don't want to have help, it's just they don't know how to help themselves because it's so addicted. It's in their body, it's calling for them for more, and it's sad. And people try and help their loved ones, but in the end they can't. They're either affected or they're hurt by them, you know, so they've got to make this cold-hearted decision. What do I do? I've got my loved one, my brother or sister that's on ice and that, I don't know how to help them. We've left ourselves in danger. What do we do? There's no services. We're rung here, there and everywhere, and there's nowhere we can get our brothers or sisters into a rehabilitation. There's this list or criteria, or there's not enough room. And it's sad because thousands and thousands and thousands of people out there that are victims of their loved ones that are addicted to this filthy, dirty drug. And if only there was some rehabilitation set up by Medicare and the government to assist thousands of young youths here in Australia that want to live, that want a purpose, that want to get clean, they want life, they want to see life. They don't want to be drugged. They don't want to be poisoned. They don't want to be demonic. But there's no bloody help out there for these young people. And it's heart-wrenching. And I feel for everybody in Australia that's going through this experience with their loved ones. Because there's no support out there for you. Because I'm sure a lot of parents and a lot of people that have had their loved ones that are addicted to ice and they go on off on their, you know, whatever the case may be, reached out to the police or reached out to this, that and all the other services to find that all doors shut on them. There's not one bit of help. So in the end, the person's got to make a reality check and think, well, do I leave myself in danger? What do? I have to make a call here. And it's sad for thousands and thousands of people and families and people that know people and that have their loved ones that are addicted and they can't help them, so they've got to make that call. But if only there was help out there for these people that are addicted on this filthy, dirty, low-life drug, ice, so they could surrender themselves, because a lot do. There are times where they say, yeah, I've had enough, I want to sleep, I want to eat, I want to be normal, I want to go, need help. But the only place I end up is either being arrested and taken to the nut house for 24 hours or a couple of days, and then they're let back out on the street. Even their mental health is not even addressed, and a lot of it is tied up with mental health, and that's not addressed. The police can't do it. They can only, do so much. And that's all they can do. They're powerless. Where the courts could get on hold and say, all right, well, these people that are addicted and hopelessly lost in this drug, that would die for this drug, do anything for this low-life, dirty drug, needs help. So the courts would say, if they had any heart, and the government, the courts would turn around and say, we're going to pass a law, the people that are on ice and the young people that are on ice, if taken to court, then they're not given a choice, but they're put into a rehabilitation centre for 2 years plus. 2 years plus. It takes 5 years more to get a person clean. To start to get clean after 5 years. They could have been affected for only 2 years on the damn shit. Who knows? But it's a lifelong effect. It damages so much in such a short amount of time. So if they could have that, and the choice was taken out of their hands because they've got no way of making a clear decision in their life, a lot would thank you. And a lot of people, a lot of families, brothers and sisters, mums and dads, friends, family, would thank you to the courts and to the government for intervening and saying, well, we don't have enough rehabilitation centres for the youth that is affected by this filthy low-life drug, so we're going to do it. And we're going to put rehabilitation centres. We're going to do that. We're going to build facilities, not lockups, not mental wards, or where they go to get drugged, but they go to get real help and rehabilitate their life. And that's so important for Oz now in 2023, because so many people are affected by this drug, and it's going to get worse in 2023. And it's sad and it's gut-wrenching. And you hear so many stories out there of people that are suffering, and they're putting their head in their hands and they think, we can't do it, we don't know. It's hopeless. And I feel for all you people out there that are, experiencing this with your loved ones, or you know somebody, or you got a, brother or sister that's addicted through ice, or even mum or dad, or whatever the case may be. It must be so hard, because it is hard to watch somebody you love perish, be lifeless, and live for one thing but that drug. And that shouldn't be. It's wrong. So that was my tube. I hope help people, and it'd be good if people branched out in the comment. Tell me how you feel, what you did. It's an experience you did, or do you know somebody, that's going through things that, you wouldn't even believe that you would do, It's not that you're accepting of it, you just don't know what else to do in this situation. It's so hard. It must be so hard. And to know that there's no help out there for these people, the young youth of Australia that is affected by this filthy low-life drug, ice. There's no help. No real mental health addressed for these people that need help. A lot, there's so much affected by it, so much damage in such a short amount of time. And that's gut-wrenching. So I think the government and the courts, because if the police had that little bit more, connection with the courts, that there's a lot of police officers that want to help a lot of young people that are on ice when they've been called out to domestic violence and whatever else and so forth, to find that a lot of these young women are affected by some substance, if not ice, cocaine, whatever, but there's something. And they either lock them up and get them assessed, and that's where basically it ends, and then they're back out and back into the same situation, But if there was something there that the courts could address and understand, that the Australian people, the Australian youths of Australia now need help with rehabilitation with this drug, and there needs to be more rehabilitation centres open, not privatised, but run from the government, not lockups, not wards of people that are there drugged and zoned out, but real rehabilitation centres for people to have hope again, build a life, become a better person, to see what life is really about without being drugged. You know, life can be a beautiful thing, you know. It also can be a horrible and ugly thing too. And with mental health, it goes hand in hand, because a lot of these people had psychological issues. You know, if it wasn't addressed, you know, if it's not addressed, it just simmers and the triggers go again. So we've got to understand that. That's why a lot of people become drug addicts, I do believe, to escape reality, to escape what's happened to them. And that's gut-wrenching to Oz, if you look at it. We talk so much about this topic, you know. So if people want to reach out and, you know, as I said, comment, you know, that'd be great, because I think people, if you can open up, it allows you to feel better inside about things. It's good to be able to talk about things. It makes you feel better, you know. You hear other people's point of view too. But the government and the courts have got to get on side with the police, so the police had that little bit more power. So, as I said, there's a lot of police officers that want to help people, but they're powerless. So, have a heart, government, have a heart, the courts of Australia, and do something about the youths here in Oz that are addicted by ice. Do something for their family and the loved ones that are involved, because they're also victims. I'm sure there's so many people out there that wonder whether they're going to get a phone call, whether the person, their son, daughter, is dead, alive, whatever the case may be. So many people live with that, you know, and it's wrong. So if the government, as I said, have a heart, and the courts of Australia have a heart to those people that are suffering, that are not addicted by ice, but is also affected by the people that are addicted and affected by ice. Have a heart. Do something with the police so they have more power to be able to help these people, the youths of Australia that are affected by this low-life, filthy, dirty drug, ice. But anyway, Oz, that's all I'm going to say. I hope you enjoyed this tube. As I said, come out with the comments, please. We need to be able to talk about this. It's been under the carpet for so long. People know, but don't care. We've got to care. We've got to get rehabilitation centres going for these people, because they want to live. They just don't know how to leave. You know, they don't know how to make decisions. So those decisions have got to be taken out of their hands and through the courts. And the courts must listen to their loved ones, people that are impacted by their sons or daughters, or whoever the case may be that is affected by ice. The courts have got to listen to these victims also, because they need a voice. They need reassurance. Very important. But until next time, Oz, look after yourself. This year's not going to be a good year. But with hope and faith, you know, it's a good thing. And also I put out my tube of the weasel and the rabbit. Did you like that? Do a Benny Hill. But anyway, naughty me. No, me, naughty. But anyway, I will say my 4 codes. There they are. There's a four. What are they? What are they? Respect, dignity, honour and integrity. They'll serve you well. Faith also. But until next time, look after yourself, Oz. I'll leave a link for 1-800-RESPECT or 1-800-RESPECT.org.au, and there's 13 14 11 lifeline. That I will leave the link for respect 1-800 down in the description. But until next time, look after yourself, other people on the side of the world. If you're listening here, take care. God bless. Look after yourself. That's all I can say. My prayers and thoughts go out to you people. Look after yourself. Until next time, till the next tube, everybody. So, take care, have a cuppa, have a beer, have a bitch, have a talk, get to know your neighbours. As I said, reliance in your street's a good thing, because then you can protect one another. And communication's a great thing, isn't it? It certainly is. Yeah. So look after yourself, Oz. Until the next tube, see you all, take care, and God bless. See you all from Planet Australia.